Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide. Special reference work. Very nice artwork. Wow, look at the detail. This was all done by hand. I know. Can't believe it, can you? Artistry. You're either born with the talent or you teach yourself to draw. I think we humans will always be born with the talent to draw, so I don't think we're going to lose that skill. By Gary Gygax, 1979. Illustrations by David C. Sutherland. The third, D.A. Trampier, Darlin Peckle, and I mean no disrespect if I'm mispronouncing these names, Will McLean. I mean no disrespect if I'm mispronouncing these names. Pause. Take a breath. David S. LaForce. Now there's a name. David S. My name is David S. LaForce. How you doing? Can I get myself a cup of coffee, please? I don't think anybody's ever said that. Can I get myself a cup of coffee, please? How you doing? Why would you greet somebody like that? Covered by David S. Sutherland III. Let's look at the cover, okay? Very masterful. The detail. All done by hand. Probably up close, maybe using a magnifying glass to get to the really fine details. Official Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide. By Gary Gygax. This dungeon, I gotta pause. I read too fast. I smush my thoughts together so quickly that I don't give a chance for my viewer to pause for a moment and take it all in. Wearing a key around their neck. Let us begin and read. This is the Dungeon Master or Referee source to be used as an aid during Advanced Dungeons & Dragons gameplay. Alright, ages 10 and up. We don't need to read any more of that. I'm sure you can read that to yourself. We don't need to read everything here, but let's look at the tables and charts. Whoa. So much to look at here. So much to take in. They really thought about the intricate details of this game back then, and it's carried on to the present day. Now we have 5th edition rules. Look at this. 5th level spell on page 42. Wow, that is an interesting number. You know what they say about the number 42? If you've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you know that that number is the answer to everything. And then I look here and I see a 5th level spell called Aerial Servant. And I'm going to begin to read it. The spellcaster should be required to show you what form of protective inscription he or she has used when the spell is cast. The 3 forms mentioned are. Now let me read that again. Aerial Servant is the name of the spell. It's 6th level. Did I say 5th? That says 6th. The spellcaster should be required to show you what form of protective inscription he or she has used when the spell is cast. Okay, so you got to protect yourself before you cast this spell, so some preparations need to be taken and you need to study before you cast this spell. That is a wound on my finger, if you're wondering, which will soon become and turn into a scab, and then heal up. You just get wounds on your fingers and you're not sure where you got them. Isn't that interesting as we look at it close up? Nothing to be concerned about. The 3 forms mentioned are, we got a pentagram, we got a magic circle, and we got the thaumaturgic triangle, which I believe summons like The most powerful angels like Samael, some of the most powerful angels out there, whether good or evil, their intentions may be evil for some and good for others. It all depends on your perspective. And then we got Blade Barrier. We all know what Blade Barrier is. That's an awesome spell. The spell is absolutely stationary. That wound on my finger is quite annoying. So let's just do some close-ups and read. I don't need to point while I read. That's kind of ridiculous. We got 3rd level spells. We got 6th level spells, but I think these 3rd level, I'll point with my pinky, are different, is a different class. Here we got 7th level. Yes, Druid. 1st level spells beginning. We got Call Lightning, a 3rd level spell. Let's look at that one. If a Djinn or an elemental or an air elemental is on hand to form a whirlwind, the Druid is able to summon half-strength lightning strokes therefrom. That is written in a sentence you don't see written in today. I like how this is worded. It's like precise and to the point, but it's elegant and beautifully written with words that just dance across the tongue. Call Lightning. If a Djinn or an air elemental is on hand to form a whirlwind, the Druid is able to summon half-strength lightning strokes therefrom. Yeah! But you don't see those words today. Wow. People don't talk like that now, but this is a book in my lifetime. So they did talk like that back then, back in the day. Look at this. We know what it means, but we don't put words like that. We don't talk like that. You talk like that today, people are going to look at you like, okay, I know what you mean, but why did you have to say it like that? Okay. Boy, you're beating a dead horse. Stop talking about it. Let's just look at this artwork here. Speaking of horses, this horse is quite surprised. I think this horse got tired of hearing me talk about the same subject repeatedly. Very awesome, detailed artwork here. Looks like we've got an occurrence here, an encounter. They don't look happy. The horse is surprised. She's like, "No, you may not pass. You must first answer my riddles. If you can guess them correctly, then I won't turn into like this monster and eat your heads off of your bodies, leaving with just your torsos. And horse heads are the most delicious. What if that is like a creature disguised as a beautiful creatured woman that is going to take their bodies and consume them if they can't answer the riddles correctly? As they venture through this enchanted forest on a sunny day. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching this video. This has been quite a long video. I didn't expect it to be almost 9 minutes at this point. It feels like a 2-minute video, but I'm looking, it's almost 9 minutes. Wow, the detail, look at that. Just simple cross-hatching here. Very, very, very well done. Cross-hatching skills. And then when you zoom out, it just all blends in beautifully. Then you got different charts here. This book has over 200 pages. Here I'm on page 219. There's always some awesome artwork to keep the person who is learning about Advanced Dungeons and Dragons immersed into what they are learning about. We're almost to the last page here. Here's some more artwork. Oh, I remember this. Here we got a farmer with a pitchfork running for their lives. I forgot this giant creature. I know it burrows up from the ground. I forgot what it's called. One big pinch from its pinchers bite you right in half, make a meal out of you. That's what I'm talking about. This is the index. A book with an index is an awesome book. This is cool. I remember looking at this. We got a giant snake here, and they're going to trap this snake. Wow. Now that is teamwork. We got a wizard here. We got, looks like a martial class, like a warrior or a barbarian or possibly a paladin or a ranger. Another paladin, ranger, or martial class, but definitely a wizard here, I'm thinking. Got the long beard for the wizard. You got the relaxed footwear. Have a good day, everyone. There you go, if you're interested. The Advanced Dungeons & Dragons game family. That's what it's all about. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is a very, very intricate book with lots of detail that must be studied, consumed, and digested mentally. We'll read the very, very last paragraph here. Whether you're running a single adventure or masterminding a complete campaign, the Dungeon Master's Guide is the absolute best source for information. There's no need to guess the rules. You'll learn spells, monsters, travel, magic, lists, and combat rules.